this lecture, we are going to see how we can create contacts manually. So for that purpose, I already opened the ANSYS workbench. I have created two static structural systems in the project schematic. One I will use to create for simple object, and I will use another static structural module to create it for somewhat complicated object. So first of all, I will right click on the geometry cell and say import geometry, and I will browse, and I will select the file which I already have given to you in the resources tab. So you can go there and download from there, and you can just load in that particular file. And once I have imported that particular geometry file, what I will do is I will just double click on the model in order to open ANSYS Mechanical. That is where we are going to see the contacts and other things. So if you are able to observe, we have two simple plates which are connected at this particular surface. So by default anyway, the software itself will create automatic contacts. So what I will do is first I will remove the contacts here. I will remove the contacts by right clicking on this contact and deleting it. And now what I will do is I will show you how we can manually create a contact between these two plates. It is very easy. If you want to insert contacts, you will go to the connections branch. In the connections branch, you will go to the contacts branch, and you will right click, say insert, and here there is something called as manual contact region. So I am going to select this as my option. So manual contact region, and once I select this one, see here it is showing the default contact type is bonded. First, once you create the contact, then you can change the behavior of the contact. Don't worry about it. So first thing, it is asking me to select the contact surface as well as the target surface. So what I will do is first of all, I will expand the geometry branch and I will hide one of the object first. So I will hide this particular body. Now have hidden this particular body, I will again go to the bonded contact thing, and I will select the contact and I will select the bottom face. Remember, the contacts will be only between the faces. Remember, this contacts will be between surfaces or faces. So I will click apply. So now if you see, I have selected this face as my contact face. That is why in the preview also it is showing us in the contact body view window, and it is representing this surface as a red. As I already told you that whatever the contact surface is there, that will be shown in red, and target surface it will be shown in blue color. This is an automatic setting that is available inside ANSYS Workbench software. Okay, now next thing what I will do is I will just unhide this particular part. See, what I will do is I will unhide this part, show body, and then I will hide this particular body. Now what I will do is I will again go to this bonded contact area, and I will just rotate this object. Now this is the face where the top plate is going to join, or the top plate will be in contact with this bottom plate. So what I will do is I will select this one and select this face as my target and click apply. And once I select apply, see here it is being denoted in blue color because it is a target surface. Now what I will do is I will unhide this particular body also. So now I am able to see two bodies in the graphics window, and we were able to successfully create a manual contact. And if I select this here, see, if you rotate this object, you can see the contact surface as well as the target surface. Now once you have created the required contact, already the contact bodies and target body cells are updated. See, I will change it, like I will select this one and I will rename it by clicking F2. F2 is the shortcut for renaming. So I will select it as top plate, and I will rename it as a bottom plate. Okay, if you go to the contacts, you will be able to more clearly understand where is the contact surface and what body the target surface is. Remember, whenever you are doing some analysis, giving a meaningful name to all the parts inside an assembly is a very good practice, which will help you a lot. When you are working with bodies having 3000 2000 parts, you will easily get confused where we need to create contacts, where we need to apply boundary conditions, and sometimes we have to select multiple times. For doing the same operation, we have to repeat the step multiple times. and lot of other things might happen. So first thing is, in order to avoid the confusion, you need to rename the parts so that you will be able to easily identify specific part inside the total geometry. Okay, so we have created a manual contact for simple object. Now what I will do is, I will just close this ANSYS Mechanical. Now I will go for somewhat complicated object. For that I will right click on this particular cell and say import geometry, and I will go and browse and select the file contacts2 file. Previously I used contact file, now I am using contacts2 file. I have provided it in the resources tab, so you can go and download this also. So once I have imported this geometry, I will double click on the model cell to open the ANSYS Mechanical module. So see here, we have an assembly that we have used previously to generate automatic connections or contacts. So what I will do is, I will again go here and I will delete all the automatic contacts. And I will manually create all the contacts here. So like if I expand, first what I will do is, I will select different parts and I will rename all the parts for easy identification. Generally, whenever the designer is going to give you, he will give it with all meaningful names and other things, so you need not worry, but sometimes it might not be the case. So better for our understanding and for ease of access, we will rename it as according to our own choice. So I will rename all, and I will tell pin, and I will rename pin 1, pin 2, pin 3 and pin 4. This is the top LED, this one, rename LED panel, and this is the bottom board. I will rename it also. So instead of searching for this, you can click on F2, which is the shortcut. So board, BOARD, circuit board or something board. Okay, now see, I will check what are all the possible contacts. See here, this, if you are able to observe, these pins are in contact with this board. So how many contacts are possible? One pin, one board. So one contact, second pin and this board, another contact, third pin and this board, contact 3, and fourth pin and this contact, which is the fourth contact. So here we were able to finalize 4 contacts here, right? Likewise, and see, this total LED assembly, LED panel is joining with this particular board. So how many contacts here? There is 1 contact possible. So total how many number of contacts are possible here? 5 number of contacts. Now first thing I will do is, I will go to the contacts branch. I will say insert manual contact region, and once I select this one, first of all what I will do is, I will hide this particular board, and I will rotate this one, and now I will go to the manual selection, and in the contact I will select this bottom surface and click apply. Fine. Then what I will do again, I will just unhide this body, and then what I will do, I will click here and say select hide all other bodies. Now I will be selecting this as the target contact. So I will click on this bonded contact, and target surface, I will select the top surface of this particular board, and I will click apply. And once I am done with creating the contact, I can go here. If I want, I can change the definition type, and this formulation and other things, you need to know a lot of theory regarding that. So better you can directly use with all the default settings only you can use, so don't worry about that. So here, if you see, we have created a bonded contact between the LED panel and the board, and as usual, if I select this one, you will get a preview of that. Why it is not showing the contact body? Because we have hidden it. So right click and say show all bodies. Now you will be able to see the 2 bodies preview also. So okay, fine, this is fine. Then the next thing is, see, I will go to the insert and create a manual contact region. Now I have to create a contact region between this pin and this surface. If I had to do it in a conventional way, what I have to do, I have to select this surface pin and hide all the bodies, and I have to select this face, and manual selection I have to do repeat the process for 4 times, right? So I will show you, don't worry, don't get confused. So I will go to the contact and I will select this outer surface. I cannot select an edge, so go to the face. I will select this face and click apply, and then I will select this body, and in the body I will select this interior surface and I will apply. So now I was able to create a contact, and once I was able to create a contact, it is showing bonded contact pin 4 to board. Now what I have to do in order to create a contact for all the rest of the three bodies, I have to repeat the same procedure for 4 times. So instead of doing that, I have a trick up my sleeve. I will show you that. First of all, I will delete this one. So I will delete this contact which I have created. Now what I will do is I will create something called as named selection. I already in other sections I already discussed about named selections. So I will not discuss about how to create named selections. Okay. Now what I will do is I will first select this one pin surface, outer surface. I will right click and say create named selections. Create named selections, or I can also click on N. N is the shortcut for that. And here I will click select pin underscore contact. So whatever the name you give, this is just for identification purpose. You can give any name, but remember you cannot have spaces, you cannot have special characteristics. That is the only rule. And once I click here, now if I click OK, this named selection will only apply to this one. But I want to simultaneously select all the 3 pins. So what I will do is I will study what are the characteristics that these 4 pins have in common. If you observe, all the sizes of these pins are same. So what I will do is using that particular technique, I will go and select apply geometry items of the same, and I will select the size. I will select the size and click OK. Now see here, another branch named selections has appeared. If you expand this, if I select this one, see, automatically without me manually selecting all the surfaces, based on the size constraint, it has selected all the surfaces. Likewise, if you have some tricks up your sleeve, it will make your life very easy. Now again what I will do is I will just hide all this, hide body. Now what I will do is I will create another named selection. So for creating named selection, N is the shortcut. I will select this surface, I will press N, and the named selection dialog box appears. I will enter in board target. Okay, board target. And now here also all the holes are of same size. So I will click on size, apply, and size, and click OK. Now you can unhide this, particular object. I will go to the contacts, create contacts, insert, and manual contact region. In the scoping method, because you have to select it by names, you need to change it from geometry selection to named selection. Because if you have a geometry selection, what it will do, you have to manually pick all the geometries here. In the scoping method, now we change it to named selections, because we already have created some selections and given them a name. So we'll use the scoping method to named selections. Now I'll go to the contact, and in the contact I will select the pin contact. And now for target, I will select the board target, and see here, with the one go I was able to create a bonded contact between those 4 pins and the board. Likewise, this type of tricks are very useful if you have very big assemblies which you will be coming across. Okay, so I hope you had a good understanding on what contacts are and how you can create, how can you edit the automatic contacts, how can you check the contacts, and how you can create manual contacts using the ANSYS Workbench software. Thank you.